can't wait to say it to you. You think you're a cripple because of your sin? You think you are a cripple because you have made wrong choices or because your parents did? I'm telling you, your sins are forgiven. And the Pharisees got so upset, they said, who does this man think he is that he can forgive sins? Only God can forgive sins. And of course, Jesus Christ is God. And they were actually declaring who he was. What an amazing thing the blood of Christ has done for us. That God can take joy in forgiving us. And I know that we don't go to sin on purpose just so that we can be forgiven. That would be ridiculous. Nobody would do that. But if you think about what Jesus said, he didn't say don't commit adultery. He said don't look on a woman. If you look on a woman with lust, you have committed adultery with her. He didn't say don't kill your brother. He said if you become angry at your brother, you have already murdered him. You are murderers, you are adulterers, there's nothing clean about you. Just because you can make the outside clean, we know what's on the inside. And the reason he said that is...
Ooh, that's catch.
That was a good catch. The reason he said that is because he said, listen, your sin is not your problem. Your sin is not your problem. Your problem is that you need to be forgiven. You need to be forgiven. You need to admit it. You need to be honest. You need to be transparent. You need to stop trying and start crying out to God. Have a relationship with the living God through the blood of Christ. That's what you need. You need to relax a little bit. It's not as hard as you think it is to be pure because he's forgiven us. You see what I mean? When God looks at us, he sees us pure because it pleased him to bruise his son. It's amazing when you have a friend and your friend fails. How do you see him? How do you see him? If you are like God and you have the Spirit of God, you say, wow, this is my moment of joy. I get to tell him, I forgive you. I can't wait. My wife has done such a blunder. She used our credit card, brought us over the limit. Now our credit rating is ruined. For how long, I don't know. Oh, there should be such anger, but instead, I'm going to show my joy, my love. I'm going to show her the heart of God. Oh, what joy. Honey, it's okay. We'll take care of it. It's forgiven. It's done. It's gone. I don't think about it. That's the joy of the Lord that is our strength. And it comes from the very heart of God. It's so amazing. You know, the younger brother in Luke 15, the younger brother, he was a young wild brother. He had the second son syndrome, probably. Kind of a famous psychological condition. I was the second son, and I was the black sheep of my family as well. Here we have the second son. But listen to what he said to himself. After he had taken the inheritance, I don't know how much it was, but half of all of Dad's money, took the inheritance, went out and spent it all on women, wine, women, and song. Who knows? He's sleeping with harlots. He's partying like a crazy man. Spends all of his dad's money. And then he finally ends up with nothing. Sleeping with the pigs. Eating pigs' food. And then he comes to him. Oh my gosh. The greatest guy I know is my dad. My dad treats his servants better than this. I'm going to go back there. And I'm going to ask my dad if he will hire me. And I'll be his servant, because his servants eat pretty good, because my dad's a good guy. So that's what he did. That's what he did. He said, he went, and his story was like this. I know what I'm going to say. I hope this works. I am no longer worthy to be your son. Here it is in verse 19. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me as one of your hired servants. I'm not worthy to be called your son. Okay, that's what I got to say to my dad. If I can say that to my dad, then my dad will hire me. Okay, how does it go again? I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Hire me as one of your servants. Okay, that's it. He's on his way back. He's got his story down. His guilt has turned him into a businessman. He's a son. He's not a servant. Right? God, his father wants to give him. He gave him everything. He doesn't want him to pay for it. So you know what happened. The son came back and the dad went and kissed him and accepted it back as his son in a minute. But the son's guilt made him act. The son's guilt made him establish a relationship with God that was business. Another word for business is works. The son thought, it's easy. I'm going to get something from my dad. All I got to do is work for it, and I'll get it from him. If I work, I'll get blessed. If I work, I'll get blessed. If I work, I get blessed. That's a business relationship. But when he came to his father said, no working. No working, only blessing. Get the robe, get the ring, put it on him, get the fatted calf, my son's home, and he rejoiced. No business, zero business. God's not doing business with us. He said, I don't want to do business with you. You are my sons, you are my daughters. It is free, it is by grace. You want salvation? I give it to you by grace. You want to be forgiven? I give it to you by grace. You want me to answer your prayers? Ask me. Oh, but I don't feel very, very clean today. I don't feel really right today. I was kind of had a bad attitude today. God says, just ask me. You're my child. Ask me. Don't make my blessing based on you. Make my blessing based on me. Why do you think I crucified my son, or had him crucified on a cross? I have great joy because when I see you perfectly pure because of my son. Ask me. I don't feel very righteous today. Ask me. Ask me. I want to have a relationship, father to son. No business. No business. It's a joy. It's a joy. We get to say, you're forgiven. Oh, what did you do against me? You're forgiven. Great joy. My child, my son. Now, maybe my son needs to be spanked, but he doesn't need to be punished. Spanked, but not punished. It's different. Discipline has to do with training a child like a coach trains a player. It's not punishment. Aaron, you got to run on the lap because you were so bad. Well, she's a runner, so you got to run because running is how you become a great runner, so run. And it's discipline. It's not easy, but it's discipline. God disciplines, but never, ever, mark it down, never, ever will you be punished for your sins. Because it pleased the Father to bruise his Son. Because he's already paid for your sins. If God spanks you, it's because he loves you, and it's because he has a plan. And that's how we know, as a father, that's why we train our children. Not to satisfy us. What? You called me a bad daddy? There. Now we're even. No, that's like, what? What do you mean you're even? Jesus forgave his sin. You're not even. He's okay, and now the dad's got the problem. No, we don't judge each other like that, but instead we have this joy in our hearts about saying, you're forgiven. Yeah, sweet, come here. Yeah, you just can't be hitting mommy. You gotta sit in the chair for a while. You gotta sit in the chair. You can't hit mommy. But the look on your face is not like, I'm going to get even with you. But instead, it's very calm, very relaxed, firm, but very relaxed, and it's because of love. Because there's no more punishment, right? There's no more propitiation needed except the blood of Christ that was shed for us. So, we're going to have communion. I'm really looking forward to that. It's really a spiritual time. Because isn't it easy for the church to forget? To forget, especially as we become mature believers. We cuss, we don't cuss. I don't cuss, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't watch R-rated movies. Like, I live a pretty clean life, you know. So we can lose the idea that we need the fresh blood of Christ every day. We'll close with this line, and maybe we can have Jamie come up here. I'm just gonna read this one verse, and then we'll have communion. So James, would you come up and help me with this? In Hebrews chapter 12, and verse 24. We'll actually start in verse 22. But you are come up to Mount Zion, unto the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, to an innumerable company of angels, to the general assembly of the church of the firstborn, which was written in heaven, and to God the judge of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect. Verse 24, and to Jesus, the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling, that speak better things than the blood of Abel. The blood of Abel screamed, revenge, revenge. My brother killed me for no reason, revenge. But the blood of Christ doesn't cry revenge. The blood of Christ cries mercy, mercy, mercy. And that's what communion is about. It's about us remembering this mercy, mercy, mercy. That mercy rejoices against judgment. So we'll just come up, grab the elements, and not to grab them. You can just take the elements. It's going to be a little cup of juice, a little wafer of unleavened bread. Take it back to your seat, and we'll remember the Lord in communion. Okay, so come on up.